In this video, I'm going to go over the extend modify command in Autodesk Inventor. Here I have open my 2D sketch, which I'm currently editing, and the modify commands can be found in our sketch tab in the modify panel on the ribbon here, where my mouse is kind of dancing around. The extend one is right in the middle here, so it's kind of second row down, second one from the left. And the way the extend function works, or the extend modify command works, is it will extend a piece of 2D geometry until it hits the next piece of 2D geometry. So what that means is it will extend a line until it hits another line or curve or circle or arc or slot or etc. Or it will extend a arc until it hits a line, a circle, a curve, and slot, etc. So let's just play around with that and see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to start my extend command. And you'll notice on my mouse I get a little plus button. And if we look in the bottom left corner at our command prompt, it's saying select curve to extend. So what I'm going to do is let's start with this line. And you'll notice as I'm moving my mouse around, actually, it will give me a preview of what will actually happen. So if I hover my mouse around the bottom end of this angled line here, you see that it's giving me a preview saying, hey, if you click this line, it's going to extend, and it will extend until it hits that next piece of geometry, which in this case is this vertical line right here. So that's what that one will do to this line. So I'm going to left click, and it extends that line, and it even puts a little coincident constraint on there for us. So this line is attached to this vertical line here. Now, moving on, I can do the same thing with this little guy right here that's highlighted in green. So if I hover over him, he's going to extend the bottom part of that line until it hits the next line, which in this case would be this horizontal line down here. So I'm just going to left click to extend that line. So that's how it extends lines. It just extends them until they hit whatever the next part of the sketch is. If I wanted this line here to continue on to my next rectangle here, I would just hover over this line. You'll see it previews. It's going to extend to the next rectangle, and I'm going to left click, and there we have it. And we've got our coincident constraint between those two points. Now, an arc works the same way. So at the bottom here on the left, I have an arc, and with a line, it will extend the line following the same angle that that line was originally at. And with an arc, it will extend that arc on the same radius that it was currently drawn at. So it's not just going to extend straight out of here. If we look at the preview, you'll notice it's a curved extension because it's following the radius of that arc. So I'm just going to left click on this side. And notice it does matter which side of your geometry you click on. So if I click on the top part of my arc, it's going to extend to the rectangle here. And if I hover over the bottom part of my arc, it would extend it at the bottom there. So depending on where you want that extension to happen, you do have to be decisive about which part of the sketch you're clicking on. So that's how we can use the extend function or the extend modify command to extend our 2D sketches until they hit the next part of the sketch, whether it's a line, a circle, a slot, etc. And it will make a coincident constraint between your extended line and your line or circle that it's attaching to.